Yes, but let's think about it historically, right? I mean, until the early 80s, Denmark was one of the biggest oil guzzlers of Europe. I mean, they were almost entirely dependent on oil and coal for the energy sector. And in about 15 years, they flipped, right? It's a capitalist economy. The state is an important player in regulation, but the state doesn't own much, except in energy. The Danish lesson here is there's no such thing as countries having green in their DNA. Both the Danes and the Germans have very strong environmental parties and movements. Yet it was only Denmark that decarbonized successfully and very early on. Germany instead went for Russian gas when they faced an energy crisis. So I think it's all about the kind of strategic decisions that you make. And the advice that comes from the north for Eastern Europe is that this is not about having green in your DNA. This is about being strategic. Can you build an energy sector that, by being decarbonized, will become attractive for ESG investors in the world, right? Because they will all want to be part of, have value chains in Eastern Europe where their environmental accounting will benefit from local green energy sectors. The second one, and the most important indeed, this should have been the first that I should have mentioned, is that Central and Eastern Europe is condemned to be joining leaders in the production of green technology, from green mobility solutions to wind, hydrogen. We already lost solar. I think we should not try that one. But there are other emerging green technologies that are being subsidized by the EU, that are being targeted by very large asset managers. That will be our lesson. I mean, let's say we are in 2024 tomorrow. Maybe if 2024 can be the moment that was 1980 for Denmark. And then by 2035, we are a part of Europe that is more advanced on green solutions than, say, Southern Europe or even Central Europe, as in Germany and the Netherlands and others. And keep in mind the following. In the last 15 years, while Southern Europe and parts of Western Europe deindustrialized, our part of the world industrialized. So we can build on that, except take it in a sustainable direction. And you cannot just take that through the private sector. You need the states to lead. And I think that's where we fall short of initiative. The money is there. You just need strategic decisions to be made across political cycles, that this is not about being green. This is about being smart and being able to survive competition with other manufacturing economies who will be supplying the needs of the green transition with technology and clean forms of energy. So I think the thinking is there. I think the EU is right to prioritize green tech production here in Europe, having the value chain. We need a much stronger fiscal capacity in the EU to enable the European economy to become a supplier of green tech to the rest of the world in a way that's competitive with what China can do, or what the US will be doing after the IRA produces its effects. I mean, we are at risk of falling behind the green technology race. Whether you're a green person or not, you still want to be a place that is competitive on manufacturing. The future of manufacturing is in green tech manufacturing, period.